This orchid initially had no roots. Everyone thought it had to be discarded. But I didn't. This orchid was once in a nearly hopeless state, but as long as the growing tissue was still alive, there was still a chance. In this video, I will share step by step how I stimulated new roots for the plant without using chemical fertilizers, with a simple method that you can easily do at home. This orchid is suffering from tip rot, which is spreading rapidly down the leaves. Tip rot spreads extremely quickly. In a short time, it can penetrate deep into the leaves and stem. Observe carefully, and you will see the disease spreading along the stem, with water seeping from the tip downwards. This is a dangerous sign, because when the disease spreads through water, all the underlying tissue is at risk of infection. Next, I checked the growing medium. In this case, white mold and black patches had appeared. When the fungus is developed on the surface like this, the roots almost no longer have a safe environment to survive. With this level of fungal infection in the growing medium, I discarded the entire thing, not keeping any part. Trying to salvage it would only lead to a recurrence of the disease. Some roots have softened and fallen off. The rate of damage is very rapid. Looking at the top of the tree, even a short delay in treatment can cause widespread tissue damage. Therefore, early detection requires decisive action, preserving as much healthy leaf and tissue as possible before the disease spreads deep down to the root collar. Remove any damaged or diseased leaf, as well as any rotten parts. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support me and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you as a companion on this journey. In the next step, I prepared thoroughly disinfected scissors to treat the root system. I cut off all rotten roots. Soft, discolored, smelly roots, or those with damaged inner tissue, must be completely removed. I only kept the sections of root that were still firm, with green tips and healthy inner tissue. Some roots had rotted from the tip down to the base, but a section above was still alive. In this case, I cut back to the firm, disease-free tissue, ensuring no infected root was left behind. The same applied to the tips and leaves. If the rot had spread to a section of the leaf, I cut above the affected area a safe distance to prevent further fungal infection. After removing all damaged parts, I separated the plant and prepared for the next disinfection step. After removing all damaged roots and leaves, I moved on to cleaning the plant. I sprayed clean water directly onto the entire trunk, roots, and treated areas. This spraying helps wash away fungal spores, rot fluid, and any remaining decaying tissue. After this step, the plant was relatively clean. I let it dry, separated it, and prepared it for the next disinfection step. Next, I prepared a clean container for mixing the treatment solution. Then I used 1 liter of clean water and put it into the container. Next, I used baking soda to prepare the treatment solution. With 1 liter of water, I added about 1 teaspoon of baking soda, enough to create an inhibitory environment for fungi. Then, I stirred until the powder was completely dissolved in the water. This solution helps to inhibit surface fungal growth, cleaning and limiting the development of pathogens before moving on to the next treatment steps. In the next step, I prepared a clean container large enough to hold the entire plant. I placed the treated orchid in the container, arranging it so that the roots and stem were not bent or compressed. Then, I poured in the prepared baking soda solution, ensuring that the solution evenly covered the areas needing treatment. After pouring the solution into the container, I ensured the plant is completely submerged in the areas needing treatment, especially the base and root collar. I soak it for about 30 minutes. In the next step, I used orange peel, a very familiar ingredient in the kitchen. When eating oranges, I don't throw away the peel. Orange peel contains natural essential oils with antibacterial properties and helps inhibit fungi. In addition, the peel contains several organic compounds that stimulate metabolism and help plants recover better. This is a way to utilize readily available resources, saving money and being effective when applied correctly and in the right dosage. In the next step, I proceeded to finely chop the prepared orange peel. When chopped like this, the essential oils and natural active ingredients in the peel will be released more quickly and evenly when soaked or mixed into the solution. Next, I prepared a clean container for the infusion. I put all the chopped orange peel into the container. Next, I poured in about 500 milliliters of boiling water. The high temperature helps release the essential oils and active ingredients in the orange peel more quickly and effectively. After pouring in the boiling water, I stirred well to ensure all the ingredients were evenly mixed. Once stirred, I sealed the container to retain heat and prevent contamination. I let the solution cool naturally for about 30 minutes. After the plant had been soaked in the baking soda solution for the required time, I removed it. Next, I used a soft cotton pad to wipe the entire surface of the leaves. While wiping, I focused on areas where mold or insect infestation had previously occurred. Direct wiping helps remove any remaining spores and cleans the leaf surface more thoroughly than simply soaking. At this point, the leaves were noticeably clean, with no more mold film or dirt clinging to the surface. Thus, we have completed the soaking and mold removal process for the orchid. In the next step, I used the remaining baking soda solution to treat the growing medium. I took all the pine bark and put it into the solution to soak. The purpose was to disinfect the growing medium before planting, especially since the plant had just gone through a fungal infection, so the growing environment had to be clean. I maintained the soaking time for about 30 minutes. After the incubation period, the orange peel extract has completely dissolved, and the essential oils and natural active ingredients have been released into the solution. Then, I filter out all the pulp and residue from the orange peel, keeping only the clear liquid. This filtering step is crucial because any remaining coarse residue can clog the substrate or cause uncontrolled fermentation. In the next step, I add honey to the prepared solution. Honey has natural antibacterial properties and provides sugars and micronutrients that help stimulate new root growth, especially useful when the plant has just undergone pruning and wound treatment. I use about half a teaspoon of honey for the prepared solution. After adding the honey, I stir well to ensure it dissolves completely in the solution. Once thoroughly dissolved, the solution is ready to use for the root care and recovery of the orchid. Next, I took the orchid out to treat it with the freshly mixed orange and honey solution. I used a soft cotton ball, soaked it in the solution, and wiped it evenly over the entire surface of the leaves. The solution would both clean and help fight bacteria, while also providing natural nutrients to the leaves. After wiping the leaves, I place the plant in a container. Next, I pour the orange and honey solution over the base and roots, soaking them for about 25 minutes. In the next step, the pine bark has been soaked for the required amount of time for disinfection. I remove all the substrate and spread it out to drain naturally. After soaking the orchid in the solution for 25 minutes, I've removed it from the container. At this point, I observed a noticeable change in the root system. The root tips had begun to turn green, looked fuller, and some root buds had emerged. In the next step, I used pure cinnamon powder to treat the wounds on the plant. I sprinkled a thin layer of cinnamon powder directly onto the cut areas, especially the root tips and open wounds on the trunk. Cinnamon has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, helping to dry the tissue surface and reduce the risk of reinfection. I made sure the powder covered the treated area completely, but not too thickly to avoid suffocating living tissue. After completion, I placed the plant in a dry, well-ventilated area and waited for the wounds to heal and dry completely. Next, once the disinfectant has completely dried, I begin planting the orchid. I always choose a pot with plenty of drainage holes and good aeration, because for orchids, good drainage is crucial for the survival of the root system. I placed larger pieces of pine bark at the bottom of the pot first to create aeration and help water drain faster. Then, I placed the orchid in the center of the pot, adjusting its position so that the base is stable and the growth direction is most favorable. I used a small U-shaped iron rod to secure the base, preventing the plant from wobbling when watering or in windy conditions. Once the plant is firmly established, I continued adding pine bark around the roots, gently tamping it down with my hands. Finally, I gently tapped the sides of the pot to evenly fill in the gaps. That completes the replanting of the orchid. Next, I will cover the surface of the pot with a thin layer of moss. This moss helps maintain stable moisture levels for the roots, preventing excessive water evaporation, especially on sunny days. I only cover just enough, not compacting it, to ensure good aeration for the roots. That completes the replanting of the orchid. Afterward, I moved the plant to the garden, placing it in a shady, well-ventilated location with gentle light. A well-ventilated environment with diffused light will help the plant recover quickly, stimulate strong new root growth, and stabilize the entire growth system. Next, I started misting the plants to keep them moist. After replanting, the roots are still weak, so I didn't water them heavily immediately, but maintained moisture by lightly misting to prevent dehydration. Every 3 days I misted the leaves and lightly watered the growing medium. Regarding nutrition, I maintained a 14-day cycle. Twice a month I supplemented with fertilizer by foliar spray and root drench. After 28 days, I checked again, and the results were exactly as I expected. The orchid had truly revived. The red shoots were clearly emerging, and new shoots were growing vigorously. The leaves had turned green again, were thicker, sturdier, and had regained their original healthy state. I carefully observed the roots. The root system had spread out around the rim of the pot, extending far out. The new roots were white-green, with glossy tips, indicating that the plant was absorbing nutrients well and growing steadily. Looking at the overall picture, from the leaves and shoots to the roots, everything was developing evenly. I knew the plant had passed the recovery phase and entered a period of vigorous growth. Next, I fertilized the orchids. My formula is a mixture of orange peel and honey, mixed according to the ratio I instructed earlier. After fermentation and filtration, I poured this nutrient solution into a spray bottle to begin caring for the plants. When using it, I spray evenly on the surface of the leaves, both top and bottom, and also lightly spray the roots to maximize nutrient absorption. With this formula, I maintain this twice a month, or every 2 weeks. I usually alternate between different fertilizers to prevent nutrient deficiency and ensure balanced growth. In addition to foliar spraying, I also watered the growing medium directly with the solution so the roots can absorb it from below. Healthy roots lead to strong shoot growth and sufficient energy for the flowering stage. On days when I don't fertilize, I mist and water with clean water every 3 days to maintain stable moisture levels. Finally, I returned the plant to its original location in the garden, where it received diffused light, was well ventilated, and had a stable environment. After 2 months, I checked again and can confirm that the orchid has completely revived. The root system is densely spread, branching out around the pot, penetrating deep into the growing medium and firmly anchoring itself. The foliage is lush green, with new leaves growing evenly, thickly and brightly. The red shoots are clearly developed, and the tips are upright, indicating that the plant is accumulating strength very well. Previously, I completely removed the rotten leaves, and this is not the plant has recovered completely from disease and shows no signs of weakness. Observing the inside of the pot closely, the roots are white and green, with strong, healthy root tips spreading throughout the growing medium. Healthy roots mean a healthy stem, and a healthy stem means long-lasting and vibrant flowers. When the plant reaches this state, flowering is almost inevitable. As long as the correct light, water, and nutrient regime are maintained, the plant will produce a bountiful bloom with vibrant colors and long-lasting flowers. This is the result of consistent and disciplined care. When the root system is clean and the plant is healthy, the entire growth system will function vigorously and healthily. What do you think of this orchid care method? Don't hesitate to leave a comment and share your thoughts. I really want to hear your feedback and experiences. Every share from you is a valuable source of motivation that helps us learn and love plants more each day.